Today, I'll be discussing something that has been very instrumental in my life. What I called the bridge between the person that I was, the person that I am today, and the person that I hope to be tomorrow. Dumelang, good day. Welcome back to Healing the Inner Child with Mami Ngalai. Yes, our topic for today will be the power of therapy. I will just share my story about my experience in therapy, how and when I started therapy, and how I see therapy today in my life. Firstly, I started therapy on the 17th of May 2023. Yes, I remember I was at work, and my first session was in the afternoon around 2 p.m. And so I spoke with my boss, and by the way, I had discussed this with her prior to the 17th, and then the day arrived. I was so overwhelmed with a lot of emotions. I honestly didn't know how to feel. No, because I knew that I've wanted to do that for the longest of time, but I was just scared. And, but I was proud of myself that I finally took, that first step, because that's all it takes, deciding that I was going to do that and booking my first therapy session. So 2 arrived, 2 p.m. and I drove to my therapy session. Guys, I don't know how I was feeling, while driving, but eventually I got to Bloom Care. And when I got there, I met my therapist. By the way, my therapist is a white woman. Another thing, it was that thing, what makes you think that this person will understand you and your experiences, because you guys come from two different backgrounds, She's a white person and I'm a black person, But then I was like, you know what, Mami, let's do this. And then obviously the first thing that we did was, the family tree, and the family tree, how I grew up and all of that. And, it didn't even take her long to realize that I needed help. Because I remember after a few minutes, probably about 30 minutes, she told me that she suggested, yes, that I get admitted at Bloom Care. I didn't understand how. So now because as black people, we think therapy, being admitted at the mental institution means that you're crazy, you've lost your mind. That's the first thing that came into my mind. And then I told her that unfortunately I won't be able to, because we are busy at work and all of that. I tried coming up with excuses, and she was like, this is not me forcing you. This is just me putting it out there based on my observation. But it's your choice. You can go home and think about it. Go home, think about it, and then you let me know what you've decided on. Guys. The first therapy session, I felt so naked, if I'm being honest. I felt so naked because of the vulnerability. I was so vulnerable. I don't think I've ever felt so weak, around a person, because I had to dig deep. I had to go back to the things that I wanted to forget for the longest of time, and speak about them, and so that she may understand, me better and all of that. And I did that yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, it was very, it was bad. I felt so naked. You know, vulnerability, it's very important. You know, that's one thing that I've learned. In order for one to receive the help that they need to be, you know, transparent. Transparency is very important. So I was forced to be transparent. So that was my first therapy session, and then obviously I went home. I thought about being admitted at Bloom Care, and I notified her that no, it's fine. I don't mind being admitted, because guys, I mean, I could see that I wasn't okay. You know, I wasn't okay. It was one thing for me to be ready, but also it was another for me to admit to myself that I was just a mess. And then obviously I went to Bloom Care, and you know, to Bloom Care for 2 weeks. You know, if there's one thing that I love about therapy, is its power to make one feel heard. You know, for the first time I could express myself without feeling judged. I could just sit there, speak, go on, and without the other person judging me, you know, and interrupting me and all of that, you understand? So that was very healing to me, you know, and for me, being heard, you know, because for the first time in my life, I felt as though that I mattered and my feelings were valid, you know. Because another thing about therapy, it will validate your emotions. Nobody's crazy, guys. I wasn't crazy. I still am not. And even if there's somebody out there that's going through the same thing or something similar, they're not crazy, guys. We are like that because of our experiences, you know. Like I always mention that the way that we see ourselves and lives has to do with our experiences in life. So yes, I felt heard, and then obviously I was in Bloom Care for 2 weeks. We had group sessions, individual sessions, and all of that. You know, another thing that I'm gonna mention about being admitted, which really helped me, you know, to heal, you know, and to feel that I mattered, was, you know, finding comfort in shared experiences. Because when you are there, you get to meet different people from different walks of life. And as I was sitting there, you know, listening to some of the stories from the patients in the Dilimo, like it made me feel as though, like mathata ka ha maholo a ka, you know, my issues are not that big. There are people who have it worse out there, guys. You know, there are people who have it worse. And in a way, that gave me comfort that I wasn't alone. We are all, you know, going through this journey of life. We are all going through something, and we just need to be, you know, kinder to each other. And in as much as my feelings and emotions were valid, but at the same time I had to go back and, you know, reflect and think to myself, oh mommy, I understand you. I understand everything that you're going through and everything that you've went through. But be thankful. Like, be thankful. Be grateful, you know, that you are not alone. Not that my experiences were not big, you know. I'm not supposed to have been feeling the way that I was feeling, but in a way, it gave me comfort knowing that I'm not the only one, guys. And when you are not the only one that's going through whatever you may be going through, like our fella, we are together in this. That's the sad thing about this life. lately I'm learning that being alive doesn't really have to mean being happy. You know, we have this thing of thinking we are only supposed to be happy. We are only supposed to feel good emotions. We are only supposed to feel good about ourselves, and that isn't the case. That's one of the things that I'm unlearning. That all emotions are valid, and we are supposed to, like, we are meant to feel all of our emotions. You know, it's not wise for one to only want to be happy. You know, at the end of the day, I don't think we should be chasing after happiness. We should be chasing after happiness because we'll be chasing forever. We'll never be really happy. So I'm learning, I'm unlearning and relearning a lot of things about what life means, you know. And I must say that I sometimes wrestle with myself. I sometimes fight with myself because life is not easy, guys. Life is not easy. Yay, diaboa mo. Ooh, diaboa. But let's not give up. Hurry pushing, really, you know. Because at the end of the day, God is there, guys. I'm a firm believer in God. I believe in God. Mudimu uteng, guys, in everything that we go through, be it good, be it bad. And also another thing that I appreciate, that I'm really thankful for, is the fact that my therapist is Christian. My therapist is Christian because she's still my therapist even today. 2 years later, she's still my therapist, and I've evolved. Like, even me, and like every time I have a therapy session, she always tells me that I've improved a lot, and she loves the person that I am becoming, and I'm really thankful because she's seen the worst parts of my Papa-in-law. She has seen the worst parts of me, and now that I'm evolving, she still gets to witness, you know, those other parts, and I'm happy. I really am happy, and I'm thankful that I have such a therapist, you know, who understands, who never judges, who listens, you know. My therapist listens. She listens, and I'm happy. I'm at peace, guys. I really am at peace, and I hope to maintain the state, you know, the current mommy. And obviously there'll be challenges here and there. I mean, like I said, we're not here to only experience good times, you know, because challenges to solve a whole day. We as human beings, there's no way that we'll evolve and grow without experiencing or going through challenges. So that's how we grow. And so I just thought I should share my journey with therapy. And I still go for therapy. I still go for therapy. And by the way, I was diagnosed with major depressive episode, and anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, and ADHD. So those are the things that I was diagnosed with, and I see both my psychologist and my psychiatrist. I see my psychiatrist twice a year, and my therapist, I see her whenever I need to, you know, whenever I need to. Yeah, that's the one person that I see every now and then. So guys, I hope this story will inspire some of you guys. Actually, I'm hoping like everybody to go for therapy, because therapy does work. If there's one thing about therapy, is that it works. It works because a lot of things have changed, you know. Like even my spiritual life, has changed, and everything started with me admitting that I had an issue and therapy, becoming the bridge to helping me become the person that I am today. And I cannot say that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You can never be perfect in this life. But I'm happy that I'm not where I used to be. And I'm hoping to get better, from here, to improve, to evolve, and heal. Because I can't really say I've healed 100%, but honestly, I'm in a better place currently. I feel good, I feel better, I'm at peace, and yeah, therapy works.